The Honorable Minister for Education, HARUNA IDDRISU, raised also ne concerns on the floor of Parliament. Yanko now also nensema do tuja and 2nd June. Yanko be embraces here.
Honorable Minister responsible for education, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Minister for Finance, the Honorable Atuforsen, undoubtedly have a strategic approach to Ghana's economic growth and recovery. And that is exactly what has been achieved in the last 1.5 years. And Mr. Speaker, let anybody challenge me and challenge this House that Ghana has not achieved economic stability under Minister Atuforsen. Let anybody, including the IMF, that Ghana has achieved stability. Inflation, which was hovering 54 to 23% between 2022 and 2023, is 3.8%. Facts. GDP growth was around 5.7%. Today, 6.2%. Facts. External reserves have increased from 4 billion to 10 billion to 14 billion US dollars. Facts. Under the minister's approach. Then those of them, Mr. Speaker, who are economists, how can an economy respond to addressing unemployment when that economy has not been stabilized? Today, external reserve, I gave 2 different years. I'm reading the IMF report. There was 4 billion before you came to 10 billion, and at 2000 have taken it to 14 billion US dollars of external reserves. So, Mr. Speaker, recovery first, and at least the Honorable Atuforsen, supported by President Mohammed's research, is beginning what we call import substitution. That's why Akukon Kitty, 24-hour economy, accelerated export development program are all being rolled out. Inherent in the implementation of some of this will be the key question of addressing Ghana's unemployment. Then, Mr. Speaker, I heard the Honorable Kojo Oppong Nkrumah talk about Ghana's revenue as a percentage of GDP. Go and read the budget of 2018, 2019, 2022. The Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta promised 18% of GDP as a percentage of revenue. That was never achieved. But I agree that it can be an aspiration that we can work towards. Then, Mr. Speaker, we had them talk about Bank of Ghana losses. Yes. Reported Bank of Ghana losses, real and material. But at least, Mr. Speaker, show me a central bank with a balance sheet worth it when the balance sheet doesn't contribute to managing economic distress of that country. Show me any central bank of the world. So we can aspire to have a stable economy without necessarily accumulating losses. That can be an aspiration. But at least, Mr. Speaker, fact again is that during the tenure of the previous government, the Bank of Ghana made significant losses between 2022, 2023, and 2024. You can talk about the numbers. In some year, 9 billion. Now they are talking about 15.6 billion. In another year alone, it was close to 60 billion. But I agree that aspirational, Ghana must have a Bank of Ghana which is independent enough to contribute to economic stability without necessarily occasioning losses. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to note that Cabinet, under the guidance of the Minister for Finance, have taken a decision that to manage the risks, gold board losses will sit on gold board account. Then the Bank of Ghana will play its rightful place. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for the opportunity to contribute to it. I agree that beyond stability, the economy must begin to respond to addressing the key question of unemployment. But the Honorable Kojo Oppong Nkrumah, 3.5% of unemployment from 3.2%. Yes, there's growing unemployment. We could not, for instance, the cocoa sector, Mr. Speaker, heavily indebted. So this government, take money and go and buy cocoa too. This, you couldn't do it. Just take money and go and buy cocoa. You couldn't do it. And then you collapse the cocoa board. into economic distress with over-indebtedness and inefficiency. That is what we are trying to do. Mr. Speaker, imagine that cocoa board today is in distress. How could that happen? How could that happen if not mismanagement? So, Mr. Speaker, I think that the Honorable Minister Forson is on course. Then finally, Minister Atu Forson, when Kojo Opong is talking about exiting, what the Honorable Finance Minister has done.
Your mic has been turned off. Oswakasache.
I'll proceed to give the floor to Honorable Abu JINAPOR. You have 5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. And Mr. Speaker, let me say very straightforward that if the Minister for Finance and the Ministry of Finance wants to know how the national economy is being managed and how the economy is doing, Mr. Speaker, they shouldn't go far. They should just talk to their colleague ministers in cabinet. And if they were in doubt, they should talk to their backbenchers in this house on the majority side. Mr. Speaker, if they spoke to their colleague ministers in cabinet, they will find that ministries are struggling today because the Ministry of Finance is not funding ministries to be able to discharge their mandate, particularly the Ministry of Education. They should compare the funding President Akufo-Addo gave to the Ministry of Education to the funding that is being given to the Ministry of Education today. Mr. Speaker, it's trite, it's fact that as a result of COVID, GDP growth in the United Kingdom fell by 3.5%, in Canada by 5%, in Germany by 5%. Mr. Speaker, and then indeed, at the time the Akufo-Addo administration was leaving, inflation was on a downward trend. Mr. Speaker, growth was surging. The economy was indeed recovering as a result of the post-COVID-19 economic recovery plan and program the Akufo-Addo administration implemented. Mr. Speaker, but as we say, we've heard enough of the complaints, we've heard enough of we inherited this, we inherited that. It is 18 months into your administration. If you say the economy is not good, fix it. Mr. Speaker, and fixing it means what? Fixing it means, Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, growth of the agricultural sector, the Akufo-Addo government handed over to the Mahama administration, January 2025, Mr. Speaker, was 9.3%. Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, growth of agriculture has dipped at 4.5%. And agriculture is the backbone of our economy. Mr. Speaker, industry, the Akufo-Addo administration, January 2025, handed over, Mr. Speaker, an industry growth of 9.7%. Today is 7.2%. Ministry of Finance, the statistics are clear. Agric is not doing well. Industry is not doing well. Farm produce are not being bought. Farmers are crying in the north. Farmers are crying in the east. Cocoa farmers are crying in the south. Mr. Speaker, Ghana Statistical Service, indeed, working with a company called Agri-Food Security Monitor Report, has reported, Mr. Speaker, that in 2026 February, grains have not been bought across the country. And government disbursement, so-called disbursement of 200 million Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, this parliament approved it. The money has not been disbursed. Mr. Speaker, the Minister of Finance Council tell us this is doing well, that is doing well. And yet on the streets of Ghana, in the ministries, departments and agencies of our government machinery, the Minister for Finance and the Ministry of Finance is being classified as a minister who will not pay. Minister, I will not pay. Minister for Education wants to recruit teachers. I won't pay. He wants to recruit nurses. Minister for Health, I won't pay. Mr. Speaker, indeed, an economy does well when it generates jobs. And this government's flagship program, the 24-hour economy, Formula 133, where they committed to ensure that we have a 24-hour economy, to grow this economy and generate jobs for the teeming unemployed youth of our country. Mr. Speaker, the 24-hour economy, Yamutu, is collapsed and unemployment is getting worse. And so, Mr. Speaker, let me conclude and say to the Minister for Finance to his face, he's not here, his deputy is here, that the economy is not doing well as they want us to believe. Mr. Speaker, I'm in Ghana. I'm in Ghana where Ghanaians are paying high electricity bills, where they are paying high water bills, where unemployment is worse, where teachers are not being employed, where nurses are not being employed, where cocoa farmers have taken a haircut, where fuel price is skyrocketing. Mr. Deputy Minister for Finance, get on the streets. Get on the streets.
Leave your bedroom.
And talk to Ghanaians. You may turn out the data because the data will help with a certain presidential ambition. But on the ground, Mr. Speaker, it is not as well as it is in the Ministry of Finance. We expect the Minister of Finance to have come here to deliver a statement on the 24-hour economy, and he failed. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
JINAPOR akasa. The way you think the data is proving, say, the economy is doing well, no? Come out of your bedrooms. Go out to the marketplaces. Come to the ordinary Ghanaian and you find out, say, it is not doing well as your data is telling you. Nedie atu force na tie hwia. Efa munsia no msen ye besanso ehia bio in the next one. Macron.